All right. Hello. Good morning. For me, anyway, here in Massachusetts. It's the Mgtow Misfit, and I'm here live once again. And I'm doing this part too because a huge part of my video was cut out of on my whole video, basically on finding your purpose. And I was not that. Oh yeah, here we go. I was shooting my little marksman uh man. Hang on a second. Seems to be jammed in there pretty good right now. Oh well. There we go. Yeah. Yeah, I'm shooting my marksman BB gun and just having a good time. Got my eye protection on just in case, the BBs get trapped in there really well. So it's odd. There we go. So I was talking about finding purpose, and and how there's a lot of, well, basically I was sort of relating it to how there's a lot of videos on how to not be depressed and all this stuff. And see, I'm gonna just kind of chill for a second to wait for people to get in here before I get too into it again. But I basically got to redo this whole video. Let me do a check because yeah, there's a sound check that's working. Yeah, I was relating it to how, a lot of apparently men are killing themselves. It's not me just saying this stuff. The statistics show it. I got to start practicing one-handed. I'm getting old. Somebody telling me they're going to be in bed all day because they're not feeling good. Sorry to hear that, bro. All right, let me see what's going on. Do I have internet? All right. Sorry, but I'm just making sure everything's solid because I'll do a half-hour video, and then it will be an 8-minute video. It's retarded, man. So let me see if I can hit that bottom. Now I'm really intent on hitting that. I gotta start practicing one-handed shooting, man. Because what if you're injured and you only got one hand? Ooh, about an inch low. About an inch low. That would be fucking, 6 inches at 30 feet, though, 20 feet. You know what I'm saying? So that's. So anyway, all right, I'm back on. Yeah, finding your purpose. I was trying to relate to all the depression because guys are killing themselves. So if you know, and I was all, and so what I really wanted to talk about was, you know, uh, everybody has kind of conflicting spirits, and you have to make the right choices, and if you don't, it'll be evident in your life. You'll be a ex-convict, you'll be in prison, you'll be in jail. And Mgtow is like all about that, and a lot of that is usually, I mean, go to jail, man. There's tons of guys are there for because their girlfriend pissed them off and they smack. It doesn't matter if their girl smacks them, remember? So everyone's like, oh, you just want to beat women. No, women can smack men and shit, but if a woman, does enough to piss a guy off and he smacks her, now he goes to prison, he goes to jail. So my point being is, a lot of the guys are in there over bullshit, drugs, everything. I mean, the bottom line is that they're in there because of women. And Mgtow is kind of like, the reason I took to Mgtow is because I'm a man, for one, and because it's pulling away from this world right now that we live in, and we basically live in Sodom and Gomorrah. And I was making the point that there's a young boy being basically pimped out, and they're all happy about it on the news, and he's in strip clubs, and I think I think I've seen videos. I have to look more into it, that the little kids doing drugs, hanging around with gay men and transsexuals and shit. I mean, I'm telling you. So Mgtow is a kind of a statement of getting away from the world, which, hey, you got to understand from a Christian perspective, I'm all about that. It's like right now is the time to like make a statement that is a purpose in itself. And that's my purpose, is to be vocal, because in my belief, there's, there's sheeps and there's goats, and I'm trying to be a sheep. I'm trying to listen to the good voice, not the to and that boils down to a point that I've made, that Americans use their rights as their right to do whatever they want. I can do whatever I want. I'm an American. Yes, you can, but your rights are really there for you to try to do the right thing, or you end up in a situation like we are now with unpayable debt. But I'm going to get on it. Little boys being pimped out, and them people celebrating it on the news, and so my point being is, you know, you got to pull away from the world, that basically, you know, from like basically the whole truther movement, and I was talking about how Mgtow is really just another it's not so much anti-feminism, it's another aspect of the truther movement, which I believe is kind of the dividing between the sheeps and the goats, and the people that want to willingly go along with all of this, and the sheep are the ones that are like, no, this is all wrong, and we're publicly objecting. In Mgtow, we're publicly objecting. So how's everybody doing out there? I can't I'm a little I just kind of woke up, and I wanted to talk about also a man in my town that I knew. They took his kids away, and he's in the paper. It's in the newspaper. Man, where's it? Text. Assaults, maybe assault is what they pregnant woman. I think he assaulted a pregnant woman outside of a church. Let's try to find it. I'm not going to say his name. You can look it up. No, that's not it. It's a different one. I found it. Okay, first I got to find his name. It's the same guy who I think it made national news. He's from my town. He broke a bunch of televisions in a Walmart, Pittsfield, and baseball bat. Walmart. Not this guy. Man, somebody else did it too. I found it very easily. I'm telling you, man. It's like as soon as you get on air, try to do something. Yeah, so I'll just you want to buy TVs? No, I want the what I just typed in. It's like offering me to buy TVs. No, I'm looking for the article. What the hell, man? I'm telling you, man. I'm getting like 5 results. I just looked this up at work the other day. I talked to my mother about it. I'm gonna have to. I'll do another show. I'm telling you. Once I find the. Might be because I'm getting his name wrong. Field. That's it. Here it is. Nicholas Adornetto. I found it in one forum. The other day I found the article and everything. I looked for it on my computer, can't find anything. I feel like because I feel like I'm being completely censored somehow but when I'm at work, they can't do that to my boss, or he'll know something's going on. So I can just look stuff up at work and it just pops up. I'm telling you, man, like things seem really fucking weird, man. Adernetto. So Nick Adder, I'm gonna have to say his name now. Man ordered to go. So this guy, I want to start out by saying this young man followed all the rules, and he was pretty much a nobody from my town that followed all the rules, and he graduated summa cum laude from college, and then he got out with tons of debt that he couldn't pay, and no way to get a job to pay it all. You know what I'm saying? And ended up homeless and on the street and flipped out and smashed TVs. But he's crazy. If he's so crazy, these are the questions. These are the what. This is like I want to do a whole show on contradictions, on how everything contradicts itself in our society. If he's so crazy, how did he graduate summa cum laude? Okay, how did they miss that one? How did our wise, great public school miss that one? He's crazy. Yeah, whatever. No, the system is broken. Okay, and it hates males. Okay, and even though he graduated summa cum laude, his wife gets the kid, and he gets nothing, or his girlfriend gets the kid. He had a kid out of wedlock, and he gets nothing. You ever see how that works? And so he basically, man ordered to undergo mental health evaluation after being charged. This is right in my town. I know who this guy is. I've met him. I've seen him at parties. Not really parties, but gatherings in the summertime where everyone's drinking beer and whatever, hanging out, eating fucking steaks and hamburgers. So, mental health evaluation after being charged with random violent attack on a woman and her daughter in Pittsfield, by Adam Shanks. A city man accused of a random serious violent attack on a mother and daughter visiting the you came to visit this is what happens when you come to visit my town, people. Stay the fuck out of Pittsfield. Visiting the Berkshires has been ordered to undergo mental health evaluation. Him, not her. Nicholas Blippity Blag. I'm not going to spread his name. I'm not going to keep saying his name. You can look all this up. 35, sneaked up on the. I guess that's the appropriate English too, and it just sounds funny. Sneaked up on the woman. Why don't you say like crept up or something? I guess not. Or surprised the woman. I don't know. It just sounds funny. Sneaked up on the woman about 1:30 p.m. Friday near St. Joseph's Church on North Street. That's the main street in my town. It's about 6 blocks long or 8 blocks long or something. It's not, that's downtown. And it's actually one of the bigger downtowns between Springfield and Mass and Albany, New York, too, which is pretty sad, but that's the case. We're somewhere between a city and a town. Woman suffered minor injuries. Yeah, he didn't attack her. He just flipped out. Nobody get, it's red pill rage, but declined to be she declined to be transported to the hospital. Yeah, whatever. She probably was pushing his buttons, telling him, who knows? He just snuck up on her and attacked her. Maybe if that's the case, he wasn't trying to hurt her. This guy. This guy has had his kid taken away from him and his girlfriend, and has been told he's crazy when he graduated summa cum laude from law school. You understand what I'm saying? This is the type of stuff that's going on in Pittsfield. But he's the loser. You know what I'm saying? He's the loser. He's the one that doesn't get to see his kids somehow. It doesn't even make any sense. This dude would have been the cat's meow 40 years ago, 50 years ago, in suburban America, graduating summa cum laude. I mean, do you guys understand the programming that's going on? So, hey, what's up, Shingles? It's just absolutely insane, and we all have to accept now that the state owns our children. And that's just how that works. The state owns our children, and you're not allowed to be a father. And the mother can do whatever she wants, and everyone will make excuses for it. And if you if you steal a Matchbox car when you're 12, you'll be called a thief for the rest of your life. And you can graduate summa cum laude, and it won't matter. You'll go nowhere. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you're a male, yeah. So about see, and what I was trying to talk about is purpose is like, see, he needs to just go his own way and not, and I'm learning more and more. I need to just go my own way until something changes, and I can talk to other people about it though. But I'm not gonna go smash televisions in a Walmart. I'm not gonna go on a crazy mission over my kids. I'm not gonna attack some chick randomly, you know. And it's because I understand that I'm separate. I'm very vocal about it, but I'm vocally and through my actions I'm separating from the world, and I'm following, and I'm not doing, if I can do something I will. Don't get me wrong. Like if an opportunity arises where I find a lever of control and I'm able to go and change something, then I will. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not gonna bang my head against the wall over it, and you know, and I'm not gonna get all crazy over it. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna and I'm not gonna be a part of it either. I'm vocally against all of this stuff. You know what I'm saying? That's just the way it is. I'm just having fun with my little repeater. Ooh, that wasn't a very good shot. It was all right, but there we go. So I made a little gallery because I'm practicing my trigger finger. Yeah, and going your or basically, if you don't find your purpose, if you can't find your purpose in life, and you're generally a good way to find your purpose is to find out what it's usually what you're most passionate about or what pisses you off the most, and um and you know basically I've found my purpose, which is I've kind of been going my own way because I'm a Christian, and I feel like we basically live in Sodom and Gomorrah now. And and if and if you don't basically publicly object to a lot of what's going on, like I was saying, this little boy who's being paraded out in gay strip clubs dressed as a woman now, and I'm probably doing drugs from what some of the videos that I've seen. People are afraid he's doing drugs. And one, what was it? Patriot nurse was like, "We need to call CPS." I was like, I was like, "You call CPS?" I was like, "They're pretty much the whole reason this is all happening because they've removed fathers from families and let women basically party and have tons of sex and do whatever they want around the children." And hand the kids off to the public schools where they get to be around the kids whose parents are satanic and have sex and do drugs early. You know what I mean? And so, but I'm just saying that's the type of mess we're in. And so I feel like, or what I believe the Bible says is that when Jesus comes back, if you're not a sheep, if you haven't, like, if you haven't started fulfilling your purpose that you were put here for by the Creator, by God, by the Most High God, then you know what I mean. He's gonna view you through your actions as a goat. And I believe that firmly. uh, you know, and how our body basically, we're a host to conflicting spirits, and you have a choice to either follow the right, what's right or what's wrong. And America is overall following what is wrong, and we're going into bondage, basically. And I've accepted that now. I used to fight it, but we're not going into bondage. We are in bondage. Like, the state owns our kids now, and that's just the way that is. So you make sure I'm all right. Do another sound check. You make sure I'm. So yeah, you got that. A man just flipped out in my town, attacked a woman with her daughter who was visiting here, and that's the same. And that man, had his girlfriend and his kid taken away from him. Even though he graduated college and everything. You know what I'm saying? My nephew, he clean out. He won custody. He won full custody of his daughter. Now he has to work full time, and she's not allowed. She's not, and they've taken, like, exactly the way Traversable said recently in the video. No such thing as a father. They've taken complete agency away from her. Basically, she's not even allowed around the kid, and he has full custody. But now he has to do everything himself, including work full time. And his employer ain't going to give him time off, or be lenient on him for taking time for his kids. So he's got to work full time, and he's got to. Luckily, he's from a good family, because if he didn't have a good, who would be watching his kid? Uh, Nobody, and he wouldn't have custody of his kid. He's got custody of his kid right now because he has a good family where, my mother, his grandmother, once again, the baby boomers raising their great grandchildren now. You know what I mean? And his aunt, my aunts, my mother, my aunts, and my sister, who did his mother, who didn't really raise him, helps out a little bit. But I'm just saying, the women don't have to do anything. They just can pop out babies and go party and drink, and you as the man, like the courts laugh at you. And then, but my point is he won full custody, and he still can't get CPS out of his life. You know why? Because the state owns his kids, not him. He has full custody of his kids. He's done nothing wrong. He has no criminal record. He works full time. He makes good money. He's got no record of being of any mental illness or anger issues or any problems whatsoever. Just a regular guy, and CPS will not get out of his life. And their reasoning is he might let the mother see the kids. And I said to him, yeah, but you're the father. You have full custody. If you want to let her come see the kids, that's your choice. And he's like, I know. So he knows now. He didn't believe me either. So that's two. I'm just telling you, it's case after case after case after case after case. I mean, I'm trying to tell you, this is reality. This is the reality that we live in, whether you like it or not. Now, and that's just how it goes. I got 2 people watching. That's it. Who's all in here? Probably probably you know, fucking Homeland Security. And people are like, "Oh, don't do gun videos in Mgtow." Well, let me tell you something. Let me tell you something, man. Um, we need to. They'll use it against us. Well, that's what I was talking about with that Antifa video. They'll just say you're Mgtow, you're crazy, you can't have guns. This is what I'm talking about. So we need to get on the battlefield and make people. We have to normalize gun culture. I was watching it's like my signal just keeps going out and going out, and I think I'm being censored, man. Maybe I'm paranoid. I got my safety goggles. I, yeah, so in case you don't know how, this is how you load a marksman repeater. It's kind of fun to have a little BB gun gallery in your house for when you're bored. Oops. And if you make it like that, it'll catch a lot of the BBs, make it easier for you to recycle them and reuse them. Maybe if I wait quiet enough, a mouse will come along. My big fat fingers. Oop, that one bounced back. See, it's why it's good to have your safety goggles on. Yeah, I'm having a blast. It's Sunday. I'm relaxing. I had to redo this whole video. It's probably not as good this time. I'm not as passionate about it the second time through, you know. But I'm just saying, like, you know, uh, purpose, like basically the truther movement basically to me is very biblical, and it's kind of like that whole thing of people are, you know, like that in itself. Like what I'm trying to say is, like, in the Bible, you know, I've given up all identity, you know, or as a follower, as I just call it a Christian because that's what we refer to it here in the Western world. But you know, I don't preach this. I don't I think if you haven't heard the word of God in America, then you're probably living under, if you, you know, if you haven't seen a Bible, had somebody, hey, give you some Bible versus, hey, invite you to some Bible studies, whatever, and you live in America, it's like, where do you live, under a log, basically. So I don't really preach much to Americans. But what I'm trying to say is, just from my perspective, like, I'm just trying to relate my purpose. I don't know what your purpose is, but to me, the whole truther movement is part of like the whole goat and the sheep thing, and the people that are trying to live in truth and not be a part of all this deception and misinformation, and basically this whole false appearance of freedom that we have now. We're basically in bondage, and I think we're already in bondage, and we just don't know it. They've found like a really slick way of doing it to us. But so my point being is, um, yeah, like the truther movement is kind of a part of that whole separation from the world, or what is basically Sodom and Gomorrah now, and that has, that in itself, that is a huge purpose. You don't, in other words, what I'm trying to say is, you don't need to be you know, I've given up all uh of all that identity of the, and that this world kind of tricked me or deceived me into wanting to be a famous actor in Hollywood, have tons of money and power and control and hot women around me all the time. I've given all that up. It's not my, I don't want that identity. You know what I'm saying? I don't, that's not my purpose. That's not in itself like a purpose. It's just, it's like heathenism basically. And so I've basically, you know, in going my own way, that alone is a huge purpose. Just, you know, making a publicly objectified. That's what Mgtow, you know, as a platform. It's like where I can publicly object to all that, and you know what I mean. Almost, you know, like basically, uh, and therefore spiritually set myself, you know, apart from it, and my actions will show that, that I, you know, that I believe, or that I believe what I say I believe. And so, you know, the whole coming out of Babylon, I think, is what it's called to, and that's what I feel like the entire truth movement is really kind of, uh, on the, you know, is birthing, right, as you know, it's like a birthing of that. And so, I don't need to be a rock star. I don't need to be a famous comic book artist. I don't need to be this. I don't need to, there's, you know what I mean? I mean, I'm not saying that that can't happen or it won't happen, but probably not. You understand what I'm saying? And you're going to feel like you have no purpose. And so, about the most purpose someone like us, a regular person, can have is within your community, to just publicly object to this, be a voice of truth, be a voice of reason, you know what I mean? And like, don't, you know, and be a part of the light. Don't block the light. Don't hide the light. Don't be a part of the lie that's blocking all the light from people and blocking all the knowledge from people. And, you know, and presenting people with basically counterfeits. And so, that has become my purpose. You know what I mean? And that's a huge purpose. And when Jesus comes back, because I like, in other words, my point is you could kind of like Mgtow. You can say you're Mgtow all day long, but do your actions show that you're Mgtow? Well, if you're a monk, they do. Well, I can say I'm a Christian all day long. Do my actions show that I'm a Christian? Well, when Jesus comes back, he's going to say, Stuart, you're a sheep, not a goat. You understand what I'm saying? And these goats in Hollywood, they're letting you know who they are because they're doing these signs. They're doing these signs, and they're doing this, and they're doing that. You see Jesse James with Donald Trump throwing the devil horns. They're letting you know that they've chosen to become goats. In my opinion, in my humble opinion, they are goats, and they know they're goats, and they've chosen that path. They've sold their souls, so to speak, and they've chosen that path. I'm not going to sell my soul to this world. And a Mgtow to me is a tool that and it's other men that are doing that, so it becomes sort of almost like a support group of fellowship, of true, real fellowship, though not fake fellowship, because the churches won't talk about the stuff that I'm talking about right now. They'll tell you everything's okay, and you just got to say you believe in Jesus and come to church every Sunday and give them some money, and you're going to be in heaven. And that's not how it works. You know what I'm saying? It's just not that's not how reality works. Hey, loudspeaker. I'm going to read what he's saying. What's going on? Loudspeaker's got something to say. You want to come on the show and say it? I know this will be considered anecdotal evidence. Yeah, it's only anecdotal if it's not you and every guy on the planet, including PUAs and that understand everything that we understand, but are still trying to get into women's pants. It's not anecdotal anymore. It's reality. But anyway, if I have video, that's like if they say like you can have video of something now and they'll say it's alleged. It's like, no, it's on video, it's not alleged, or there's complete evidence of it, it's not alleged. It's like, so I know this will be considered okay. I live in Florida. I have personally met two people who worked for the Department of Children and Families. One was a complete weirdo narcissist drunk and ended up getting in a DUI. Yeah, sounds like, oh, I can tell you stories about CPS workers that dude, I can tell you. I'm not going to do it right now, but maybe at some point I will. I'll get off on a tangent. The other was a woman. She lied to me about her age and ended up cheating on her husband with you. Of course. I don't know. You didn't, and she didn't tell you she was married. Yeah. A little skank. Yeah. That's what you need for CPS workers or child protective service workers, little skanks going around trying to get laid. I know. I hear you. I understand. Or they're cokeheads. I'm telling you. There are I used to do coke. Yeah, I trust me. I've heard CPS workers say stuff like that. I used to do coke. The woman is also. It's like, how the fuck did you graduate? I didn't do drugs, and they failed me. But you're a cokehead, or you were a cokehead, and are fucking junkie. But you somehow got a fucking college degree, and now you're above me on the fucking on the ladder, on the rungs of society. I know. I hear you, man. I hear you. Nothing makes any sense. You're gonna tell me what to do with my children? You are like a junkie, or you fucking had a DUI, or you cheat on your fucking. Yeah, I know. I know everything. You know where she. I know, right? But I'm telling you, it's not worth it. I know. No, it's not worth it, because at the end of the day, and I mentioned this too, whether people know it or not, they're sheeps and they're goats. And the goats, whether they know it or not, I believe we're all host bodies to conflicting spirits, and they're all choosing the wrong voice, and they don't even know why, and they don't even know it. But they are all. You're an alien here. If you are compelled to understand and know and tell the truth, then everybody here is is aligned, then most people here are aligned against you, whether they even know it or not, on a subconscious level or what I would call a spiritual level, which I basically one time came to the conclusion about when I was 25 that, oh, that's just coincidence. Oh, that's just subconscious. Oh, that I started saying that's what you call coincidence. That's what you call subconscious. I call it all supernatural, and you just have different words to rationalize it in your head. That I call, and those are aliens. No, those are demons. Okay, like I basically realized they just came up with all new words for everything and sold it to you as science. So anyway, my point being is, so now you know that Mgtow frees you from really having to be over considerate. You just got, you don't. It's not being selfish. This world is united against you. Whether they know, if you're a sheep, you might not even know you're a sheep. You're one of God's kids walking around. You have eyes to see and ears to hear the truth. In my opinion, you're one of the Creator's children that he loves and wants to spend eternity with. You might not even know it, and you're walking around, and it seems like everybody's against you because everybody is against you. They don't even know they're against you. Don't your best. I'm telling you, Mgtow really is. It's like a godsend. It keeps you from getting involved in so much bullshit in your life. Because trust me, you try to even isolate yourself. People will seek you out, man. You'll know. Try to even isolate yourself completely. Oh, you're going to isolate yourself completely and not have sex. So baloney. People in this world will seek you out to screw you over and and use you for sex and this and that. So don't even worry about that. You're not try to be a complete monk. You'll have to go way the hell out and live with Bigfoot. You have to go way the hell out and live with Sasquatch out in the middle of the frickin' the Sierras or the frickin'. There's probably people out there too. You'll probably get out there and find out that there's people out there. That's what you'll find out. You know what I'm saying? So you ain't finding no safe place in this world. And so these are the things that I've come to. I don't know what your purpose is. I'm just kind of trying to tell you that purpose is very important. If you don't want to get bored, if you don't want to become a statistic and kill yourself, if you don't want to sit around all day brooding in your house about things, you know what I mean? Purpose. You got to find your purpose, man. And a big purpose is just the truth and getting and living and doing the right thing, using what freedoms that you have to do the right thing. That's a huge purpose. I know. Anyway, those were the first two people I ever met. One person who worked for the Department of Children and Families. Yeah, I hear you. I know, man. They are the enemy. It's like, oh, let's call them. There's a kid in trouble. Yeah, that's what you want to do. You want to call all the worthless riffraff that the government let become social workers to go help to come help you. That's what I was saying to Patriot Nurse. I was like, oh yeah, call CPS. They like gay people. You understand? They want gay people to raise your kids. They like transsexuals. The CPS is the ones that it's people like CPS that got us into this situation. Oh my God. So anyway, I'm just hoping, I don't know. Is this all going to get edited? I don't know. Am I going to have to make another video on purpose? Finding your purpose, like I said, a good way to find your purpose is that what you're, that something that doesn't just benefit you, that helps other people. The few that you can find that are worth helping. You don't have to help everybody. You'll know, I have found a couple decent people over the years that I associate with. And so, I'm just saying, help the people you can. But generally, find your purpose and go about your purpose, man. You got a purpose for being here. It's something that you like, and then use that as a platform to, you know, promote morals and, you know what I mean, and you know, find. I mean that's basically, you know, I'm trying to, you know, you have a platform where I can try to turn this giant elephant around and get people, plant seeds for people to at least start thinking about trying to do the right thing in this country, or you know, if you know, if on a personal level, not like, hey, follow me. You know what I mean? Not like, hey, I know the answers to everything. Follow me, because I'm definitely not that guy. So anyway, you guys have a good Sunday. I'm gonna do more laundry. I'm gonna relax. I'm gonna hang out. I'm gonna shoot my marksman repeater some more. And practice my trigger finger. And I don't know. I'll see you later. This is the Mgtow Misfit. I'm peacing. Over and out.